Let me ask you a question. I mean, we did have 16 days. It was pretty rough for everybody. Certainly rough for the workers you just referenced, rough for Republicans, rough for everybody. But last night, you voted against opening the government. You voted against lifting the debt ceiling. If everybody had followed your leadership, sir, today we would be in economic catastrophe. How do you justify that vote, and what do we think about from you going forward? How do you justify that vote?
I voted no yesterday because it was a bad deal for the American people. I mean, the president got a blank check on the national debt into the middle, the middle of next spring. I mean, the date is February, but it could be pushed with extraordinary measures into March and April.
So you'd rather for us to be shut down right now and in default?
No, listen. Right the facts are these.
You're a congressperson.
No, I know the president's had some great rhetoric in the last couple of weeks, but lost in that rhetoric is this: that 27 times in the last 40 years, budget spending reduction deals came in conjunction with the debt ceiling increase. Presidents Reagan, Presidents Clinton, George Herbert Walker Bush, even this president 2 years ago.
You have done a great job, honestly, of making sure we were aware of that history. But the history I'm concerned about is last night and your vote. Would you be happy if right now we were in default?
No, nobody wanted to be in default.
Well, but you voted. You didn't vote to fix it.
The president didn't negotiate. Now we're where we are.
Absolutely, that's just not accurate, Luke. The president's budget is $238 billion less than the funding bill that we just approved that funds government through January. That was the budget that Paul Ryan himself proposed. Had you guys just accepted that in July, we would have been able to keep our government open, averting the default, and we could have been focusing on a jobs bill, passing immigration reform, moving our country forward. There's a lot of other things we could have been doing. The president and Democrats met the Republicans at their own budget number, but the Republicans couldn't take yes for an answer.
This is what passes for negotiation now, this president and the Democrats. They decide what thing we don't like we should take, and then they decide something they don't like too, and then that's a compromise. That's not the way that real compromise works in real life. Sure doesn't work that way in my marriage, probably not in yours either. And what we need to do now is not focus on the last 12 days or 16, 17 days and focus on what we're going to do to avert the next shutdown.
Well, and let me talk to you about